Welcome back to Jersey Matters. Late in the 2020 legislative session, the New Jersey legislature passed and the governor signed a bill allowing Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield to restructure. Here to explain how the restructuring will affect New Jersey customers is Alan Karp, Executive Vice President of Healthcare Management and Transformation at Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield, New Jersey. Sir, thank you so much for doing this. We've had some people that are opponents to the restructuring on, so thank you so much because it's very important to hear your point of view as well. I want to start off with what is the most important to policyholders. There's 3.6 million people in New Jersey that depend on Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield. How will this affect their coverage, your restructuring?
Yeah, and that's a great question. I think everything we're focused on is to provide the best service levels and products to our 3.6 million policyholders. And we'll continue to do that. Where I believe this change will help us is by modernizing our corporate form, we will be able to provide even more services to those 3.6 million members.
Will it affect their premiums or the deductibles at all?
It will not affect their premiums directly because premiums are driven by the cost of healthcare, the claims that we pay for hospitals, physicians, et cetera. However, by allowing us to generate additional revenues outside of premiums, it will certainly help to keep our premiums and increases moderated like we've been doing in the past.
All right, that's the most important question. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of the whole thing. What exactly is it? It's very difficult to understand. I don't think a lot of people understand the restructuring. Can you simplify that and explain it to everybody?
Absolutely. So today, the current corporate form we're under is a health services corporation, and it was established a while ago, and we are one of one in the state of New Jersey. And effectively, what happens today is we have insurance businesses that we run that are the oversight comes from DOBI, Department of Banking and Insurance, which will continue to happen under the new form as well. And the problem with the current form is we have a cap on the amount of capital we can invest in other programs I named two earlier, or services or technology. It also caps us at 50% of revenue coming from services other than our insurance businesses. So we are in a dynamic environment, even pre-COVID, the way healthcare is today. We have competitors, traditional competitors who are doing things like non-traditional services, buying physician practices. The CVS, Aetna, for example, they're combining pharmacy and traditional health insurance businesses. And then non-traditional competitors like Apple or Amazon who are in our business. So to continue to compete, we just need some flexibility. So what we're asking to do is to create a not-for-profit mutual holding company where we would have more access to our reserves, and it will allow us to make investments and generate revenue that will benefit our policyholders and allow us to continue to compete with national players.
Let's get to some of the criticisms, because as I said, we had some advocacy groups who were, I wouldn't even say against this deal, they just quite didn't understand it. They felt like it was rushed through. So let's start with that. This was pushed through pretty quickly. It's fast for a bill to go from being introduced to being signed. They believe the fact that it happened over the holidays, and there were hearings, but that they didn't have the time to read and understand the bill to respond to it. They thought that was a little bit shady. Can you explain how that happened?
Sure. So we were actually at this for about 2 years. So it's actually been worked on for a number of years. The bill was dropped and made available to a lot of the parties that were interested. Some of the ones that have been critical. I guess from our perspective, we feel that it wasn't rushed through, that we took our time, we made adjustments, we listened to some of the criticism that folks had, even the ones that are critical now, and when we did make changes to the bill, and that's why we believe we were able to get it through, because we listened, we made the changes. To the extent that we had to do, change some things that we originally had in there, we were willing to do that because we thought it was that important for our members.
Over several years, as part of the bill, you're contributing back over $1 billion to the state, right?
Yes.
There's some of the headlines read that Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield pays over $1 billion for less oversight. Was that unfair?
Yeah, that was definitely unfair. We pay a premium tax that's significantly higher than our competitors, almost 8 times higher, and so we to be able to continue to provide those tax dollars to the state, we agreed that we would pay that amount of money, over $1 billion over that time frame, so that there would be no tax loss as we continue to build our business out through this new form. We did an economic analysis, or had an independent party do an economic analysis showing that we would provide significant tax revenue over and above what we have today, jobs, et cetera, to the economic growth of New Jersey if we were able to get this form change. So that was what that was specifically about. It was a discussion with both the leaders in the legislature and also the front office, and that's how we came up with that number.
And one last criticism, and thanks for answering these questions. They say that the restructuring moves you one step closer. It gives you the ability to become a for-profit company.
Yes, and that is not true. In fact, there is specific language in the bill that prevents us from doing that. Because of the way the bill is written, it is very specific that we cannot go public or for profit without going through the same process again through the Assembly, the Senate, and the front office.
Just one last question. Will most of the 3.6 million members that you have that depend on you for healthcare, will they see any effect?
In terms of their insurance programs, they won't see any effect. Where they will see an effect is our ability to continue to enhance our product offerings and to provide more services for them. So in that case, yeah, it'll be a positive effect.
Great. Thank you, sir. Thanks for your time. Thanks for clearing things up. Alan Karp, Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield, New Jersey. Still to come on Jersey Matters.
We're here at Brookdale Community College, and I'll take you to a musical program where they're taking students and training them to be the next New Jersey great. Wait till you hear what they're playing.